In tonight's headlines, Cleopatra White Polyclinic is certified as mother-baby friendly. Caribbean Development Bank names SIF project a success story, and municipalities receive funding for September celebrations activities. These stories and more on this week's edition of Belize Now. Thanks for joining us on this Friday, August 9th, 2019. I am Erin Guzman. In 2012, the government of Belize announced that all public hospitals in Belize were officially certified as mother and baby-friendly hospitals. Since then, the Ministry of Health has continued its work with public health facilities in maintaining their certification and also ensuring that other public health facilities become certified. On Wednesday, August 7th, the Cleopatra White Polyclinic in Belize City celebrated this achievement. It was also a timely celebration as this week was observed as World Breastfeeding Week. Miriam Longsworth tells us more.
As health facilities all over the world carried out activities to promote breastfeeding, one facility in Belize celebrated a major milestone as it was officially certified as mother and baby friendly. The Cleopatra White Polyclinic in Belize City is the latest public facility to have met the necessary international requirements to be certified. The Mother and Baby Friendly Hospital Initiative is a global program sponsored by the Pan American Health Organization and the United Nations Children's Fund to encourage and recognize hospitals that offer an optimal level of care for infant feeding. The Maternal and Child Health Unit in the Ministry of Health is committed to ensuring that hospitals and clinics across the country meet all the necessary criteria in promotion, protection, and support of successful breastfeeding.
The Mother and Baby Friendly Hospital initiatives aim to give every baby the best start in life by creating a nurturing environment within health facilities where breastfeeding is the norm.
A facility becomes mother and baby friendly when it has successfully implemented specific steps to support successful breastfeeding. The Cleopatra White Polyclinic made this possible within a year.
One of the part was the training, and then we have to educate the patients and the staff because it was something new that we weren't used to it. Most of them weren't used to the baby feeding. They most already used to the baby bottle. So that was a difficult change to do to them. So with training, education, we were able to do it.
So what does it mean to be a mother and baby friendly facility?
Mother baby friendly, it means that we will continue to encourage exclusive breastfeeding, meaning we will continue to encourage the mothers to feed the child on demand meaning that as the child is hungry, whenever it is hungry, wherever it is the child is hungry, breastfeed the child. And breastfeeding exclusively means no teats, no pacifiers, no water, just breast milk.
Breastfed infants are proven to be healthier, and it helps to form a bond between the mother and the infant. Some of the health benefits include a decreased risk of diarrhea, respiratory and ear infections, and allergic skin disorders, among others. The management and staff of Cleopatra White Polyclinic, with support from the Ministry of Health, is committed to ensuring that their institution promotes this healthy choice.
It makes us healthy. It will be less money to spend on medical bills, less getting up in the night to walk around to sterilize a bottle. You don't have to get out of the bed any at all. It is free. It's fast, readily available. So with continued support and education from us with the mothers, we hope to achieve that, move away from the stigma of fear and feel shame to take out your breast or whatever it is.
Minister Marin also reminded the gathering of the government and its stakeholders' commitment to supporting successful breastfeeding.
Their support is expressed as can be noted in the Breastfeeding Policy approved in 1996, an extension of the maternity level, the 1 hour of the job dedicated to breastfeeding during the first 6 months, the training and preparation of health facilities to be certified and recertified as mother-baby friendly hospitals and polyclinics or health centers, All these initiatives have the full support of my ministry, and we continue to aim to improve on all of these.
Minister Marin also noted that the ministry has been making efforts to get the private sector health facilities certified as well, as they intend to expand the initiative countrywide. For Belize Now, I'm Miriam Longsworth.
In addition to the certification of the Cleopatra White Polyclinic as mother-baby friendly, the Ministry of Health is also making other strides to champion breastfeeding within its health facilities. As a result, on Thursday, August 8th, representatives from the Ministry of Health gathered at the Best Western Biltmore Plaza Hotel in Belize City for a sensitization session on the development of a national monitoring program for the International Code of Marketing Breast Milk Substitutes. The code aims to contribute to the provision of safe and adequate nutrition for infants by the protection and promotion of breastfeeding and by ensuring the proper use of breast milk substitutes when they are necessary on the basis of adequate information and through appropriate marketing and distribution. The monitoring team will continue to enforce the code and the baby-friendly hospital initiative through detection of violations within Ministry of Health facilities. Vianney Shepherd, nursing administrator in the Maternal and Child Health Unit in the Ministry of Health, told us about Thursday's gathering.
We have the different hospitals here, informing them of what all the International Code of Breast Substitute entail, and now this monitoring committee that will be going around to ensure that these no companies they're doing any kind of advertisement to women within the healthcare facilities or even the healthcare workers themselves, taking substitute or having pamphlets or distributing pamphlet to mother that is against breastfeeding.
The development of the monitoring program has come about as a result of revisions to the ministry's breastfeeding policy. The policy, which has existed since 1996, underwent its first set of revisions last year, beginning with a revision of the 10 steps for successful breastfeeding. The ministry's nutritionist, Robin Daly, told us that the addition of the International Code of Marketing Breast Milk Substitutes is the newest revision to the policy, which focuses on the information shared on these products as well as how they are advertised.
We have to make sure that our facilities are monitored in terms of advertising and marketing, and that this information is not given to the mother and they understand the importance, because it's a promotion for breastfeeding. So we don't want anything that would distract the mother from changing her mind to breastfeed. She needs to understand how important it is and also to do the exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months.
Daly also spoke on some of the practices within the facilities that would be cited as violations.
When we talk about violations, when we do our monitoring, we shouldn't have some new company giving out free samples, and we shouldn't have baby bottles at the clinics, things like that. So we're expressing just the breastfeeding, and if there is not a need, they could use a cup. But bottles are not allowed to be at the health facility unless it's extreme cases and it's required in terms of health reasons, like maybe HIV or some other health problem.
Another aspect that has been included in the new policy is workplace support for breastfeeding mothers.
We need to have in our policy support where a woman who is working have a little area in case the baby comes. She can do feeding on demand, or she can express if she needs to express the milk. There's a little quiet area or just a little privacy that she can do her expression, and a safe place for her to store the milk until it's ready for use, if that's needed at the facility.
The code goes beyond just healthcare workers and other key stakeholders, which include private health facilities, distributors of formulas, and the media, can soon expect to be sensitized on the policy changes. We'll have more stories after the break. Stay with us.
Belize's economy has performed phenomenally well in the first quarter of 2019, posting a 5.2% growth in GDP, largely due to the government of Belize's commitment to the agriculture and fishery industries. Tourism also continues to see steady increases. Inflation is non-existent over the past year, and the labor force recorded its lowest rate of unemployment in the history of Belize. Working hand in hand with Belizeans, the government of Belize moving Belize forward.
The San Pedro Colombia Preschool building was inaugurated in 2012 as a project implemented by the Belize Social Investment Fund, BSIF, addressing the basic education needs of that community. It was a project which cost just over 220,000 Belize dollars, but the impact it has had on the community is immeasurable. Recognizing this, the Caribbean Development Bank has recently dubbed the school's impact as a success story. In June of this year, our team accompanied the BSIF to the 7th graduation ceremony of the preschool since the inauguration of the building.
Nestled in the undulating foothills of the Toledo district lies the village of San Pedro Colombia. In 2012, San Pedro Colombia Preschool was completed by the Belize Social Investment Fund, BSIF. 7 years later, BSIF attended a graduation ceremony for 34 preschoolers. Preschool education is aimed at nurturing young minds and to better prepare them for the primary level.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L,
Of critical importance to the school project is early childhood education.
It helps to stimulate the students' interest at a very young age, physically, spiritually, emotionally, socially, because all of these aspects are very important in the development of the child.
Equally important to the school's project includes the vital role of the Parent Teachers Association.
We do fundraising, we get activities, whatever we can get fundraising to help towards the preschool, whatever, we try assist them in that. That's our job with the PAC member.
I am both proud and humbled to be here today in the company of so many amazingly talented and aspiring individuals.
I feel so proud of the children, how they give their speech without the paper, and I think look at it, than the long speech. They're very smart, intelligent.
Also echoing the school's achievements is teacher Miss Albina Jackson.
We had one classroom which we were using, it's not for preschool, it's for the primary, and then they pushed us there, so we had to push out a class and went in another building which was not too, convenient. And then another reason was the bathroom condition, because the bathroom is not at the children's level, it is for the primary level. I said I can do something, and hence reason I started to seek out assistance from different organizations, to help us with funding, a building just for the preschool children. And then I met SIFT, personnel from SIFT, and that's where I relate my information. Then from then the work started.
The San Pedro Colombia Preschool project was funded by the Caribbean Development Bank, CDB, with counterpart funds by the government of Belize. The school project was implemented by the Belize Social Investment Fund, addressing the basic needs of Belize. For Belize Now, I'm Miriam Longsworth.
Since April of this year, the Department of Environment, DOE, has been working with the Center for Environment, Fisheries and Aquaculture Science, CFAS, and stakeholders to develop the Belize Marine Litter and Waste Management Action Plan. The action plan will help to reduce and control marine pollution and will support the ongoing activities of the Ministry of Environment to reduce plastic pollution in marine environments. On Thursday, August 8th, the DOE hosted a validation workshop for stakeholders, the final step before the document is finalized and shared with Cabinet for endorsement. Maxine Monsanto, Environmental Officer in the Environmental Law and Policy Unit, gave an overview of the process.
Basically, it has been back-to-back meetings, in-field work with research conducted by Coastal Zone, University of Belize, Department of Environment, training of lab technicians from different laboratories around the country, as well as meetings with the different stakeholders, public, private, NGO, and academia. It's completely cross-cutting. A lot of private sector participation has already occurred, and it's all geared towards identifying actions, key framework actions that are necessary for Belize to move forward in reducing marine litter at a national level, and then hopefully leading to regional partnerships.
If adopted, the policy will be launched and published in September and will coincide with a high-level dialogue on marine litter which Belize will host along with the UK government. Monsanto also told us more about this event.
The event in September is designed to bring together ministers of environment and high-level officials in environment to address issues of marine litter. We'll be discussing waste and the marine environment, waste collection, outreach, funding, how to address marine litter, specifically plastics, microplastics, and macroplastics.
September is less than a month away, and in preparation, the government of Belize, through the National Celebrations Committee, NCC, handed over checks to municipalities to support activities for Belize's national celebrations. Neil Hall, Communications Officer for the NCC, spoke briefly on the donations which were handed over at the Niche Administration Office on Wednesday, August 7th.
Every year, the NCC is put in charge of disbursements to the municipalities, where we assist them with ensuring the very best entertainment and the very best celebration for every municipality. Today was the issuing of checks from the co-chair of the NCC to the various different municipalities that were present here, and for those that weren't, of course, we'll send them their check via mail.
Stay tuned for more after the break.
World-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multi-purpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
Five Belizeans have been awarded scholarships respectively by the Taiwan International Cooperation and Development Fund ICDF Scholarship Program and the Taiwan Scholarship Program. On Saturday, August 3rd, the recipients were hosted at an orientation in Belize City. This year has seen the highest record number of Belizean students accepted for scholarships in Taiwan since the government of the Republic of China Taiwan began offering scholarships in 2002. The program provides every recipient with a round-trip ticket, accommodations, tuition fees, credit fees, insurance, textbook costs, and a monthly allowance. The scholarships will last for a maximum of 5 years. This year marks the 30th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Belize and Taiwan. In order to highlight this special occasion, the embassy had several special guests at the orientation, including the Governor General, His Excellency Sir Caldwell Young, Honorable Patrick Faber, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education, Youth, Sports and Culture, and Honorable Wilfred Elrington, Minister of Foreign Affairs. The keynote speaker was Mrs. Kim Simplis Barrow, Special Envoy for Women and Children.
Let me reassure you that education is the most powerful weapon and that all your sacrifices have been and will be worth it. Your achievement today is a clear testament of that. According to statistics, more than 80% of future jobs will require at least some post-secondary education. Yet, nationally, fewer than 8% of students from the lowest income households complete a bachelor's degree within 6 years of high school graduation. While there are many things that influences whether or not our youth pursue a higher degree, unfortunately, a lack of financial support is undoubtedly the biggest barrier faced by students nationwide. In contemplation of this, I must commend and thank the Embassy of the Republic of China and Taiwan for their unwavering support to Belize, especially by means of fully funded scholarships.
Around 400 Belizeans have been offered the scholarships to study in Taiwan to date. And that's it for this edition of Belize Now. If you want to provide feedback or send in your comments, please feel free to email us at info@pressoffice.gov.bz or visit our Facebook page and let us know what you think. We look forward to hearing from you. From all of us here, have a great week. Until next time.